The Friday the 13th brand has been dead for 15 years now. Now, if it were 13, I think most people would say that is clever and cool. But now that it's 15, people are just scratching their heads, rubbing their bellies, and going, when do I get to consume some new Friday the 13th content? So, what is the future of this brand? Does it have a future? Are we going to be waiting another 15 years before we see something happen with it? And by that time, will people even remember Friday the 13th? These are all valid questions. But I think you need to remember the history of the brand before you can really understand the future of the brand. So, in 1980, some dude decided, I'm going to make a movie where people get killed at a camp. And that was Friday the 13th. And it was very boring and very dumb. And he made a lot of follow-ups to that were also very boring and very dumb. And then the brand just stumbled along, and they tried to rebrand it as just like a Jason brand, and people weren't falling for that crap. And then, out of the ashes of this turd, Michael Bay walked by and said, there's something here. I could help make a worthwhile movie. Let me call up my boy that directed the iconic and classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and let's see if we can get something started. And that's when we were graced with the Friday the 13th remake, which is one of the finest films to ever come out of the Warner Brothers family parent company. Now here we are, 15 years later, and I truly believe that now is the time that we are going to get a follow-up. I think that's the future of the brand. It's not a TV show from A24. Again, those artsy-fartsy guys are probably trying to get Hereditary Man, or like that dude who's like directed like that Viking picture, in that black and white movie with William Dafoe. They're probably trying to get one of them chumps to direct episodes for that show. And all it's going to come up is a bunch of garbage, artsy-fartsy gobbledygook. And no one's going to watch it. And then people will just forget it existed. What I think you're going to see is that follow-up. Derek Mears, he's going to put on the iconic mask, and he's going to go and slice and dice people. I think we're going to see excitement get drawn up when you're going to see Jason in Call of Duty, you're going to see Jason in Fortnite, and people that didn't know who Jason was are going to go, wow, I need to check this guy out, and they're going to watch the Platinum Dunes movie, and they're going to fall in love, literally and figuratively. And they're going to demand a follow-up. They are going to be writing Michael Bay letter after letter saying, you need to make this happen. Stop slacking. And to be frank with you, he has been slacking. But maybe it's for good reason. I think he's a wise guy. He's only made great action movies, and he's only produced excellent horror movies. And I think he knows that the next person to helm the Friday the 13th brand has to be Rob Zombie. Rob took that old, tired Halloween brand, a brand that no one really cared about. When you asked them about that original movie, people just start yawning and they fall asleep. But he took that tired brand and made it new and fresh and unique. And made it classic. And people are still talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now, again, he's probably busy, directing Monsters 2, which was also an excellent movie, and I would love to see that follow up as well. But there's a chance he'll be available for this. And if he is, I think he could really bring an excellent touch to Friday the 13th. I think it's a project he would want to do. And I think Michael Bay knows that he is the man for the job. Now, if he's not available, I think David Gordon Green is a pretty good follow-up. Again, he made the best Exorcist movie. He made the second best, well, not second, probably the third best Halloween movie, because obviously both of Rob's movies are, it's the first one and the second one. That's 1, 2. So David Gordon Green made, the third, the fourth, and the fifth best Halloween movies. And I think it'd just be a shame if they went with anyone other than them two. Those are two of honestly the best horror directors working in the business right now. I would trust them with any brand. I think that they would make it exciting. With Rob, I don't know if Rob would want to commit to a whole trilogy, but obviously David Gordon Green, he's not afraid of making multiple movies, so there is an advantage with him. But again, I think that is the future of this brand. I think we're going to see that follow up, and I think it's going to happen sooner than people want to give it credit for. Everyone keeps going, oh, they're not going to make a movie, there's a rights issue. Shut up. You're not a lawyer. You're just some regular dude. You're not an expert like me. You don't know what you're talking about. But I do. And I think it's going to happen. And I think it's going to happen probably somewhere between the next 6 months to a year. But anyways, guys, what do you think is the future of this brand? Do you agree with my take? Or do you have a different idea that's wrong for the future of this brand? And hey, while you're at it, make sure you like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. And until next time, keep slipping.